Hey everybody, how's it going? Hey, Scott back here, taking a little trip on the ADV 150 tonight. It's funny, every time I try to start this thing, there's, not that it's complicated, but there's always something that I'm missing, whether it's the red engage lever at the top or the kickstand or, the on-off dial down below. It's a kind of a... And then you have to hold the brake in on the right-hand side where the throttle is to start it. So I don't think I've got it down one time perfectly correct yet. So there's always something. And that's pretty good because I guess what Honda does is, they make it, something you have to think about so you don't get on there and just go and cause issues. So pretty cool. I like the safety features that are involved in the starting process. So anyway, yep, just taking a stroll tonight, doing my audio through Audacity, which is instead of doing the mic in the helmet process, granted, you do not hear the engine noise, but it's a scooter. Like I said, you don't, as all scooters sound pretty similar, so again, I won't beat that dead horse about how I do my audio, but I think the more important thing for people is the message. So anyone that's interested in the ADV 150, anyone that's interested in a scooter for that matter, I think would appreciate, a better quality voice than trying to hear over wind noise and road noise and engine noise. There's a lot of videos out there if you just want to hear engine noise only, that's fine. But I think that the context of what I try to put out there for people is to learn about the machine, to really get a better feel of the ADV 150, because I know when I was researching these machines, first it was PCX. The PCX 150, I've never seen a 125. I guess they're out there, but I've not come across one. But the PCX 150 is definitely something that, guys, I researched for many, many years. No kidding. And I had my heart set on an PCX. No question about it. That was going to be my ride. So then someone introduced me to the ADV. I think I read it on another person's YouTube channel, mentioned the ADV 150. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. So then I started researching that. I looked it up in pictures and watched plenty of videos about it. But you know what? I still wasn't sold on it. I didn't know if I really liked the knobby tires. Not really knobby, but the more capable tires. But you know what? Then I saw one in person. And honestly, the PCX was becoming very slim to none to find those out there anymore. So at least in my area, I called all over the country. I'm not kidding you. And I could not find a PCX that they were willing to ship to me. And I told them I'd even pay for it. I just need it delivered to my house. No one would do it because they don't want that liability, I found out. So in order to get a bike shipped to you, you have to do your own third-party negotiation with a moving motorcycle moving type company. And that's hundreds of dollars. But I was willing to do it. Anywho, so I went to the local dealer one time just to browse, and guess what? They had some ADV 150s in stock. So then, when I saw the machine in person, that's what sold me. I don't know why, but you have to see one in person. You can't just, at least for me, the photos and the videos just didn't do it justice, okay? But then when I saw one live, and I actually sat on it, and this was still during COVID, they didn't want you sitting on vehicles or touching anything, but, when no one was looking, hush, hush. I sat on the ADV, put the center console down so I could, just to get a feel, because I have shorter legs, I wanted to see if I could touch the ground without too much trouble, and I was fine. I kind of have to step more on my toes, but I have enough contact to the ground, even kind of like on the toes, where I don't have a problem with it. And that's what I suggest. So if anyone is interested in this machine, I keep calling it a machine, anyone interested in this bike, this adventure bike, you definitely need to sit on it. You need to feel it out, just like if you were going to buy a car. You want to test drive it, and not necessarily have to ride it per se, but because pretty much, I mean, it's a scooter. All scooters handle and ride pretty similar, and Honda does a great job. I just felt confident that because it's a Honda, I didn't really have to guess about how it would ride. You know what I mean? It's just a solid machine, and from all the reviews, I was confident that I didn't really necessarily have to take it on a ride to justify my purchase. So in other words, I just wanted to see what the comfort level would be like. And when I sat on it, and I saw the visuals of this machine, it was awesome, and that's what sold me. So right here you can see I'm going through I live close to a country club. My home back's a country club, so this is Walden Ponds. It's local here in Fairfield Township, Ohio. This is a pretty popular golf course, country club. And here it's hard to see, but I was enjoying. There was a gentleman that was doing some teeing off or actually driving range with a driver, and it's kind of hard to see from this video, but it's pretty cool. I can just pull up on this ADV and park and just do whatever. So he was driving some golf balls, and I just sat here for a few minutes, but I enjoy riding around, just in the back roads, the subdivisions. I do like to stretch my legs out eventually, no pun intended, and get on the main roads. But this little golf course driving range is somewhere I like to visit. Sometimes I'll just park and hang out and watch them tee off for a while on the first hole, which was real close to where I was parked. So yeah, the ADV is great for that. And this is more of a golf path that I'm on, golf cart path. So, but they don't care. I just take it was just turning around a little bit. So really vehicles aren't supposed to be on that, but that's what's kind of cool about a scooter is you can go in places where you don't cause a lot of ruckus and people don't raise their eyebrows. So again, this is a subdivision that is close to where I live, just pretty much next street over, and I enjoy it because there's not a lot of chaos, not a lot of children. It's more of a kind of a mature area. Some of the homes around me, so you don't have to worry about a lot of children or animals running in front of you. So yeah, getting back to the ADV, so I purchased this because, once I saw it in person, and I'm telling you guys, if you're interested in this, you definitely need to do that. And that's what sold me. This phone mount, as you saw there, I bought this off, I guess it was Amazon. Yeah, I think I bought the phone mount off Amazon. And I'll have the link and all this under the description of the video. But the phone mount works really well. And I even have a ballistic case on it, and it still holds it pretty nice. And those red things that you see on my phone mount case are kind of like these silicone stretchy type material. And they're just added support. I don't really need them. I've ridden the bike plenty of times without securing them, but I do like to add them. It just gives kind of more of a peace of mind. So yeah, I'll put a description of that under the video and the link. And the phone mount was not expensive at all, and it's probably one of the best solutions I've found that fit these bars really well. So, and yeah, you can spend $50 more and get some of these real top line name brands, but hey, I'm very frugal when it comes to money, and I feel that, hey, if I can get the same job done, I don't need to impress anybody by a brand name. I'm going to get what works, period. Don't really care. So, but yeah, there's folks out there that need the top of the line, best of everything, and hey, if you have a money tree in your backyard, more power to you. Go for it. But I don't, so I have to be frugal about things. Even buying this bike was a stretch. I mean, I did finance it, and I do plan on paying it off a lot earlier than what the term was for, no question. But I let Honda buy it for me, and I'm paying them back. A little bit of interest, but I have excellent credit, so it wasn't that big a stretch. No big deal. So this road is 55, I believe, either 45 or 55, and I'm not even full throttle. There are vehicles that'll go 70 on this road, but that's really anywhere in life, right? So, this range I'm cruising at now, 50 miles an hour, 45 to 50, is just capable. This machine, here we go again, this bike is very capable of 50 miles an hour all day long with no hesitation. You can get up there in a hurry, okay? And it does. I think the sweet spot for me on this bike is cruising around 25, 30 miles an hour to 50 miles an hour. And really, when you hit 50 miles an hour, I don't really have a desire to go much faster than that. Although I do go on roads that are 55. Never been on a highway, but I have been on roads that are 55. And, it's capable of doing it. Like I said, I did a speed test in one of my other videos, if you're interested. And I think I got it up to 66 miles an hour, which I understand there's a rev limiter that is around 66, 67. Some other people I communicate with online said that the rev limiter, they're a little lighter than me. I'm about 210, I believe, in weight. So when I finally hit 66, 67, I really can't tell the difference because the engine needs a little more horsepower to pull me versus somebody that weighs 150 or something, But I have had guys say that are a lot lighter than me that they do notice the rev limiter kicking in about 67. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Now, if you want a bike that goes faster than that, you probably want to look for something bigger CC. Okay, because 67 is fine for me. I don't really need to go any faster than that, or I would have bought a different bike. I would have bought a bigger CC scooter or even a motorcycle. You can buy some Bergmans that are little more beefier as far as CC. I think they make some 300, 400 CC scooters if you do plan on commuting on the highway, which I have no desire on this. This is more just for fun. It's not anything I'm going to use as a commuter. I have a vehicle for that, and I work from home, so I don't really need to commute anywhere. And this is just more for my enjoyment. Anyway, this park that I'm pulling into, this little parking access, which is gravel over here, this is a kind of a spot. And the nice thing about the ADV is you can just ride on anything. This is pretty, loose gravel that I'm on here. So, just taking a little break. It's nice just to be able to pull up and get off the road. Now, this storage area is plenty. I can put my helmet in there, okay? But when I do put my helmet in there, it touches the top part of the underside of the seat. So there's a little flex to the seat, but, I can still close the lid. I just have to press a little bit. It's not going to break anything, but it does, touch the top part of the helmet some, but it's doable. So enough talking for now. Let's go on for a little ride here. I'm going to speed things up a little bit, and then I'll probably think of some more things to say. But yeah, this bike's been great for me. I really like it. That path you see ahead is where you can ride your bike or walk. I've done actually a video on that trail on my hybrid bike, but that's a pretty cool little path. Anyway, enjoy. Be back in a little bit here. Okay, so anyway, getting back to the bike, I'm actually gonna head back to the Honda dealer that I purchased the ADV 150 from, and just I like to go in and browse, but the local dealer here is roughly only like 10-15 minutes from my home. So that's where I'm heading now. I'm going to go back to the dealer and just kind of browse their inventory, and I'm going to put some pictures up here when I get there, because I like to take pictures. Kind of my hobby's photography, but usually they got the Honda monkeys there, and they last time I was there they had a few. They have the Cubs, the Honda Cubs, Super Cubs. They don't have the blue, which is I think a special anniversary edition, I think I heard, but they always have the red Cubs there, and they're pretty cool. So I'll check that out. But what sold me on the ADV was just one, the CC size. I do like the fact that it's a little higher than a 125. There's plenty of people that drive around on these Super Cubs. I think they're 125cc, but also I think the Super Cub has more of a semi-shift to it, like a semi-manual, semi-automatic. I think you still have to shift with, I'm not real familiar with them, but when I've seen videos, there's still some gear process involved. And I really didn't want to deal with that. Not that it's difficult. Like I said, I've owned motorbikes in the past, motorcycles, I should say. But with this, I just wanted twist and go. I wanted very, ease of use, nimble, light. And after all my extensive research on PCX, I think the ADV fit the bill quite well, and I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's literally, you get on the thing, and there's about 3 things you have to do to start the vehicle, which, every time, like I said, I have to remember how to do it. It's not second nature quite yet, but this is the Honda dealership that I was referring to. Small little shop, but this is where I actually purchased it. And I'm going to go in here and check it out and see what they got. Be right back. So while I was in the store, check this out. They had a Super Cub, and got some pretty cool shots of it. It had a custom seat, custom little windscreen and muffler. Not sure what that says, something engineering, but yeah, the Super Cub is a really cool little bike. I follow a couple folks on YouTube now that has Super Cubs, different color. I think red is the only one I've ever seen, but people on YouTube, I've seen the blue ones. I guess they're anniversary editions or something, I'm not sure. But Super Cub, the only thing with that, I would have probably enjoyed that vehicle as well, but I didn't want, I think that's semi-automatic where you still have to shift. And like I said, I like the ADV 150 because it's just twist and go, and that's kind of what I want to deal with right now, simplicity. And I'm sure down the road I will maybe change my tune and go with something. I think I see myself, if I do get something down the road, this might be years from now, of course, I would keep this one, but maybe. But I think I wouldn't mind going back to the gear, the complexity of, not that it's complex, but the gear shifting, and maybe get a cruiser bike or something, or maybe something totally different. Maybe something like a Ninja, or I've seen those online. A few people have those, and they seem like a lot of fun. Don't want really something where I have to lay down to ride it, but maybe a hybrid, maybe something that's more of an upright vehicle would be cool. So anyway, yep, just cruising around the town. This is the area I live in. Very, you could see it's definitely not country. It's very heavily populated and dense, and I do see a lot of motorcycles. Not too many scooters yet. Now I have seen, I think someone in my area has a Vespa. Seen somebody have a Vespa that rides around, but I have not seen another ADV yet anywhere in my local area. Still a couple in the showroom I saw there, but not on the road yet. A lot of motorcycles though. The area that I live in does have a lot of bikers on the road, and it's kind of interesting that I guess the salute, the wave, the left hand down and out is the what everybody's accustomed wave, and they do that on me too. They wave. They don't know what I am from the scooter. I mean, nobody judges, nobody cares. But if you see this bike heading towards it, you would just think it's a motorcycle. It has more of an aggressive look, so you can't really tell it's a scooter. And I don't really even like calling it a scooter. I call it an adventure bike, and that's what it is. I don't really care what people think, but that's what I call it. So anyway, I'll quit rattling. I again, this is just driving around my area. If you have any comments or questions, just leave them in the. I do like the feedback, and I do appreciate the comments. Always do, and I try my best to answer them in a timely fashion. Life is busy sometimes, so bear with me. But yeah, thanks for the comments. Thanks for the questions. I'll do my best. If interested in the ADV 150, if you have one or you're thinking about purchasing one, shoot me a message. I'll be glad to answer anything I can. And the more I ride it, of course, the more experience I'll have with it, and I'll be able to help you out, answering any questions. So take care, be safe out there.